Hello and good morning, everyone. We are back at Metal Gear. It is Monday. It is Labor Day morning. So, gotta have a little bit of energy, a little pep in our step. It is September. We are almost all the way through the year. We are getting there. Just want to make sure my sound is working. I think I finally fixed the sound in my game as well. So you need to tell me if it's too loud, because I won't know for sure. But we did it. I think we fixed everything finally, and I got a new controller. We were out, good morning, Bubble. Good morning. We were out doing Labor Day shopping, which was absolutely awful. I had no idea that Labor Day shopping was so abysmal, but they had a controller on clearance, and I was like, you know what? I've been complaining about this controller. Let's do it. So we got a new controller. Oh, what? I'm just an alligator, yo. That was not cool of them. Anyways, so you can hear the game, but the volume of it is low. How low? Like with these gunshots and stuff going off, can you hear me? It's fine. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. I think I finally got everything fixed and working, so what a wonderful start to the Labor Day weekend, or I guess end to the Labor Day weekend at this point, but welcome everyone. But yeah, it's a Fortnite controller. I got it for $30. He said, you know what, I've bought multiple $100 controllers. They've all been super expensive. They've all broken. They've all been disappointing, so let's just spend as little money as possible. So I got a controller on clearance that was Fortnite. What did you get while Labor Day shopping? Well, we did grocery shopping. You know, gotta get the grocery shopping done. So we got a bunch of groceries. Emmy wanted to go to Lush, so we went and checked out Lush. That was kind of exciting. It was kind of cool there. I didn't mind Lush. She also wanted to check out something at the outlet malls, and I did not. Like, when we got to the outlet mall, we both realized, oh wait, today is Labor Day. It's gonna suck to go shopping today. And we didn't realize how bad, like, the entire parking lot was full. There was literally no parking spaces at all in that place. It took forever to find parking. We had to go around and around and around. Good morning, Jonathan. So we learned our lesson not to go Labor Day shopping ever again. We will never go Labor Day shopping again. That was a horrible experience. Alright, I feel like we should just reset this fight and not be spotted. I feel like that's probably the better way to do this, since we're just kind of swimming around stuck here. So let's try that again. But yeah, today's good. I'm never going Labor Day shopping ever again. We learned our lesson the hard way on that one. Definitely have no interest in ever experiencing that again. Okay, we put you to sleep. We put you to sleep. Just do it the Helldivers way. I am very excited for the Helldivers way coming up here on the 4th? Is the 2nd or the 4th? One of these days we are going to get the big Helldivers update. I think it's the 4th. I'm almost certain that I am going to take that day off. That I'm going to take that whole day off so that we can Helldive all day with all the new stuff. I'm very, very excited to go Helldiving. So I cannot wait to go do some Helldiving. I have so many unseen chores I need to get done. Reorganizing my pantry because it's crazy. I need to go through my closet, but I'm procrastinating. It feels so good, though, to go through closet and pantry and clean stuff out. Like, definitely, without a doubt, that is now, like, one of my favorite things is to just clear out the closet and get rid of things. So if it's possible for you to do it, One of the habits that we've talked about that I've picked up that I really, really like. Okay, I'm having really struggling with this. Is every time you buy something, you have to get rid of something. And I really have... That's been very well done for me to be able to do that. Every time you buy something, you get rid of something, and you get a lot less clutter in your life when you do that. You're already on level 26? Alright, way to go! You know, I'm pretty sure the original level was like level 50 or level 80, so you're almost halfway there until they raised it up to 150 million. The hardest part is getting started. Okay, let's try this again. Apparently they're smart enough that if you shoot them, they get freaked out at bullets coming out at them, so I guess we're gonna have to try this a different way. Alright, let's see, let's eat. Unless all of my food's gone. It's been a week since I've played. I haven't played since the last time that we played. So yep, everything went bad. Which, while cool, is also one of the things I really don't like about the game, is that, okay, so I only play once a week, so now all of my food has gone bad because I haven't played for a week. Like, food's not hard to come by, so it's not like it's actually a problem, but it's cool and it's frustrating at the same time.
Sick.
Okay. Make this guy fall asleep. He'll fall in the water. I'm just an alligator. Don't look at me. There you go. Now that we have enough energy, we should be able to swim up closer and do this right. Also, I had to go to the doctor this weekend, and I got my blood lab results back, and there's some good things, some other things, but I want to talk about it. Most importantly, and most happy for me, as you all know, one of my greatest fears in life is diabetes, and when I was at my worst weight and everything, I was becoming pre-diabetic, and it was getting out of control. And as of getting my blood drawn and taken and looked into, I have officially now beaten the pre-diabetes. So, I'm no longer pre-diabetic, and I've had multiple blood draws now that have confirmed that I am not diabetic in the least. So, I have officially beaten the pre-diabetes. So that part is very, very excellent. I lost 12 pounds since my last doctor's visit, which was about a month ago, so that is also really great as it trends downwards. I did have a new patch of eczema, and I know that eczema is a whole problem to deal with, so I'm hoping... The doctor said because I've made a bunch of diet changes that he believes the eczema is due to diet changes, and I'm really hoping that he's right because I know eczema is not something that you want to deal with. So hopefully that new patch of eczema is, as he said, just due to dietary changes. But we will see. We're using a little steroid thing to try and clear it up and see if it goes away and all of that. But there were two things that showed as slightly high. So my bun to something ratio was a little high, and my cholesterol was a little high. We're working on cholesterol, of course. I've cut out red meat, now I've got to cut out a couple other things, like, you know, too much dairy, too much butter, those sort of things should help that come down. The other thing, according to my Google foo, so, you know, I'm not a doctor, this is just literally Googling things, so is it true? I don't know. It said that I had too much protein, that's getting too much protein. I was like, well, you know, I have been, since I've changed my diet for fasting, I have been drinking 2 protein shakes a day instead of eating meals. So I'm wondering if maybe that's a little high because of my diet changes also, that I've just been drinking a ton of protein shakes lately as I've been trying to lose weight and do fasting. So I'm hoping that when I talk to the doctor, he agrees and just says, okay, let's cut out the protein shakes for a little bit and see if that stabilizes that and lowers that count just a little bit. So that's what we're hoping for. We're hoping that it's just that and nothing more serious. I will say though, as a hypochondriac, as someone who gets very, very afraid of diseases very, very fast, I will say that going to the doctor and getting a mostly clean blood work checkup definitely feels great, because now I don't have to worry nearly as much. I can say, nope, I already went to the doctor. He says I don't have diabetes. I don't have these things. So very happy about that. Can never go through enough cheese. You know, it is a sacrifice. It is definitely going to be a sacrifice to give up some of the cheese, but I want to live a long and healthy life. And apparently the cheese and cholesterol is getting to me, so we got to cut down on just a little bit. Just a little bit. It doesn't have to be a big thing, but it does have to be something. So I might also, with all the dietary changes, maybe I will have to start eating a little bit of meat just to stay fuller and get to... Was it just bun? It was bun creatine level. It definitely feels like a rock lifted off my shoulder. Definitely with the eczema stuff on the back, figuring out that was just eczema and not actually a problem. That was definitely huge to have. And being out of the danger level for diabetes is a huge relief for me. Definitely a huge relief for me. See, we don't have to fight the fear yet. We fight the fear on our way back, right? So right now it's just going to be avoiding his traps. Drink lots of water and do that for a couple weeks and redo the blood work. That's probably what they're going to say to do, just to check it, so... You know, I try and drink a lot of water as I'm fasting, but like I said, it's been like a lot of protein shakes along with water, and so maybe it's just going to be a lot more water. Because it also said the number one thing could be dehydration, which I don't think is a problem, but, you know, it never hurts. I know that also with, like, Jerry. Hi, good morning, Jerry. One of the other things is, like, drinking water isn't always the most hydrating thing. As far as I understand, like, humans actually get a lot of their hydration from eating food, and so if you're fasting a lot and not eating a lot of food, then you are going to be less hydrated than if you're just drinking, like, flat-out water. I do know that also plays a factor in it, but again, I'm not a doctor, so I don't know all the ins and outs. The other thing with it is, my doctor hasn't talked to me about any of the lab results because he's been away. Have you played 99 Nights in the Forest? I have not played 99 Nights in the Forest. I've played 99 Nights, an old Xbox 360 game, but not 99 Nights in the Forest. My doctor went on vacation, so he hasn't read the stuff to me because he's away on vacation, so I'm telling myself that if it was really, really bad, you know, if it was actually a problem, then the doctor would call me, even if he's on, like, his nurse would be like, oh, this guy's got, like, super mega cancer. You need to come off vacation and call him really quick, because we need to take action right away. So I'm guessing because the doctor is still on vacation that it can't be that bad, right? Like, if it was that serious, then I assume he would take a moment out of his vacation to come tell me, hey, you've got real bad problems, kid. So that's what's keeping me sane right now, is telling myself, if it was really, really bad, the doctor would for sure have to call me on his vacation. I haven't really touched Roblox. We take advice to Discord. Okay, thank you. I haven't really touched Roblox. You know, I felt like I was too old for Roblox when it came out, and I know that so many people play it now, but I just, you know, I think I missed the craze. I never got like super into Roblox. Not to mention, you know, a lot of the video games I only play for streaming because I like to, you know, I like to be a streamer, and the kind of audience that enjoys Roblox isn't necessarily my target demographic, so I'm worried that if I play too much Roblox, then it will change the demographic of my my overall like audience. So I haven't really felt the need to play Roblox. I know some people have said that there's some really fun games on. I have no doubt, like back in the day, before Roblox existed, there was Warcraft 3 and there was Warcraft 3 and there was StarCraft, and both of those had like some form of custom map maker where people were making their own games, and they were really incredible to see like the creativity of what people made with their own games. So like I have no doubt that a game like Roblox, where people make their own games, is going to be incredibly good, because I've seen what people can do with their own map editors and their own games and things like that. So I imagine the creativity of Roblox is just off the chart. I imagine that it's simply amazing. Okay, we gotta sneak in and save this guy really quick. I believe there's 2 guards. Alright, that's 1 guard down. Playing it right now. But I've also heard terrible things about Roblox, where there's like Grow Your Garden. Is that the game that's popular right now? And like it's a huge like pay-to-win game where kids are throwing hundreds of dollars at it trying to grow the best garden or something like that. I know nothing about it, but I've heard not so great things about Grow Your Own Garden. So for every great game I hear about, I also hear about scummy games that are trying to get kids to give all their money away. Well, that's not good. Alright, Jonathan, we'll see you in a second. It's kind of like, you know, the issue with... Thank you so much, Bubble. You know the issue with, like, what do you call that game? Genshin Impact. All the games where people are basically gambling for money, right? You're gambling in Genshin Impact. You're paying a bunch of money for a chance to win a character, and people are getting really burnt out on the whole gambling mechanism in gacha games. That's what they're, gacha games. So it's really interesting to see people like moving away from gacha gaming finally. And in fact, I even saw there was a big gacha game maker who they came out and said that they're just ungachifying their game. Like, they are taking out all the gacha mechanics, they're taking out all the gambling mechanics, all the characters are free, all the weapons are free. You just play the game now to unlock characters. Like, it's really cool to see people finally tired of that and moving towards a more sustainable, better method, rather than legalized gambling. Also, we got to talk about the state fair, because I went to the state fair this weekend, and man, is our state fair abysmal. Our state fair is a non-profit, and they literally, that is what they when they described themselves as a non-profit, they literally in the meeting said, we are a non-profit organization. So I found out, like, so it's the Oregon State Fair. And there's so much wrong with it. Because it's clear that all they'd want to do is make money off of it. I agree that it's rigged. But, like, for the food vendors, apparently someone on Reddit said that they charge 40% of your total profits to have a food stand at the place. So we don't attract any small, unique food vendors because not only do they take 40% of your profits, on top of the 40% profits, allegedly, they require that you use their approved vendors, which I'm guessing is like Cisco Food, like, you know, a basic big food vendor. So you're not even allowed to like make your own food. You have to use an approved vendor and then give away half your profits. So our food vendor, that's awful. So we don't get any really interesting food. The cost to rent a booth, some people were saying they were charged $4,000 to $6,000 to rent a spot for a small, like 15 by 15 booth, which is absolute madness. How could any small business hope to make any money if they have to pay $4,000 to $6,000 just for a week of rent? Like, that is such a huge amount of cost. And then, of course, there's all the problem that half the vendors are just selling, like, Temu garbage. It's all reselling stuff. Like, the amount of Labubu's I saw, or, like, cheap garbage that you would throw in the dump after playing with it for a day, like, that was disappointing. And then, of course, the photography contest was absolutely... The fact that some AI photos won was a whole other problem. So, like, our state fair is just such a problem on so many levels. It's always, I still like going to, like, go look at the artists. I do like going and seeing, like, what the artists make, like, seeing them do, like, the plate setting, like, we do place settings, there's cake decorating, like, there is some good parts of the fair, but the good parts of the fair are the small, local artisans that are actually, you know, crafting something, not all the resellers, not the mattress salesmen, not the hot tub salesmen. Like, it's so frustrating that what should be a chance for artisans to show off their local artisanal good. Like, Oregon is known for marionberries, huckleberries, hazelnuts, tons of different kinds of fish. Like, why don't we have big marionberry celebrations? Why don't we have things about our local culture, our local history? We have indigenous tribes in the area. Like, why don't we have anything with any of those? Why aren't we celebrating any of those things that could be really, really good for the fair and be local and actually, like, topical? No, it's just going to be, here's Cutco knives, or hey, why don't you buy a purple mattress? Like, there's nothing about it that is local, artisanal, well thought out, crafted. It's just all cheap garbage, it feels like. Who saw me? So that's my complaint about the fair, is that we need a local state fair that actually shows off local and good products and not a bunch of imported stuff.
What's wrong?
Tillamook has an Oregon Marionberry ice cream flavor. Exactly. We have Tillamook. Tillamook has its whole thing here, right? So why don't we have cheese curds? Why don't we have local ice cream vendors? Why don't we have any of that? Like, where are all that local things that make Oregon Oregon? There's just none of that. It's all cheap, mass-produced garbage. It's just it makes no sense to me that you're gonna have a fair that's celebrating Oregon and there's not a single Oregon thing present. Just, it's madness. And I know what the answer is. Oh, we already know the answer, right? The answer is money. This is what makes them the most money, by charging huge fees, by requiring you to use local vendors. They can get kickbacks, and all the people who run the thing are doing is trying to make the most money possible. And they've succeeded at that, right? They have succeeded in extracting the most money possible from this, because clearly they're making a ton of money off of this.
This is horrible.
I got I got food poisoning, and we get a snake eating video. Are you better at this game than DSP? What is DSP? The answer is no. I'm not good at this game. I don't have the patience to play this game. You know, the proper way with like actual sneaking, like memorizing where the guards are going and sneaking around them and all that. I mostly just tranquilize people and then beat the tar out of them. So, I do not know about Dark Side Phil. I don't know any other streamers. This is awful to say, but I'll say it. Like I typically don't watch other streamers because between working a full-time job, my streaming job, and then helping out a couple other streamers, like I don't have the free time to just sit and watch other streamers because I already spend so much time doing other things that I just don't find myself having the free time to stream. So it's awful because I should support other streamers, obviously, because, you know, streamers support streamers, all that sort of thing. I just don't really have the time to do it as much as I would like to. But this is how we play the game. We go around beating people mercilessly. That is the proper Metal Gear to me. Like, a good Metal Gear run to me should have a few thousand casualties, you know? Like, who actually wants to do tactical stealth espionage when I can just grab a bandana and a FAMAS and unload a couple thousand bullets into people, you know? I'm not even wearing the right camouflage. Like, I know that I should be changing my camouflage to better fit in with my environment and look the proper way. I'm not even wearing the right camouflage. I'm literally just walking around in a building in jungle camouflage, punching people. Like... But there is that old saying, right? If it works, it works. And it works. So... Started my second playthrough of Tears of the Kingdom the other day. I'm sorry. Why would you subject yourself to that? There are so many better games you could be playing with your time. Why would you willingly choose Tears of the Kingdom? Also, I fear we might run out of time to get Elden Ring for our Carlo Acutis coronation day canonization. Sorry, right word is canonization. What is out here? We got a chocolate chip uniform. Interesting. So I meant to rent Elden Ring from GameFly because I definitely don't want to buy it before the game came out, or before Carlo Acutis' canonization. However, like I said, I think I might be running out of time to do that, so we might have to change our plan. Alright, we're hiding in the toilet. What day is it exactly? I think it's the 7th? Let's see. September 7th, yeah. So we might have run out of time to get Elden Ring from GameFly, because I really don't want to spend $60 on a game that I'm only going to play for a day, right? So, did they find me in the bathroom? I think they might have found me in the bathroom. It's my mother's birthday. It's a bad omen. So... we might have to change the plan and play a different game other than Elden Ring, because I don't want to go buy Elden Ring, because I already bought Elden Ring once. I played it. Yep, this is awful. I returned it, got half my money back to buy something else. So I really hope I can get it from Gamefly. Otherwise, we might have to do like Mario Maker or something, because I can you even, is Elden Ring still full price? Is Elden Ring old enough now that it's not full price? Maybe we'll have to get like Dark Souls 1, because I need to get Dark Souls 1 for like $2. So maybe we'll have to play through like the original Souls series or something, because
Who's that? What the?
how did they see me? Oh, they were all right there. That's how they saw me. My dude, stop pressing the alarm. Oh, wait, that didn't help me. Okay. We are going the wrong way. Play Stardew with Sims. It's got to be something that I can lose a lot at. Let's punch that scientist right in the mouth. Take that, science nerd.
Over there? I see him.
Oh, that was interesting. He hit me while I was knocking that guy out. That guy still got knocked out, but I got interrupted. That was kind of an interesting animation. I didn't know that could happen. Good to know. Alright, apparently we are going the wrong way everywhere, so maybe over here? Losing lives would count you losing your mind and patience. Okay, this looks more correct. Oh, that was cool. Okay, so we had a unique animation for when he was doubled over from punching him. The detail in this game is amazing. The amount of detail they have for all these different things and animations is pretty incredible. Okay, so we have to do this without setting off the alarm, because the thing won't work if the alarm is going off. So we need to actually be careful here. This is me being careful. Let's do tutorial Pokemon games. I did consider doing a Nuzlocke for it. I definitely did consider that, considering how bad I am at Nuzlocke. So the Nuzlocke was on the table as a potential, because we could definitely lose some lives to a Nuzlocke challenge. That is an absolute possibility. Put it on the table.
Hey.
I do have to start putting things on the table, because Dex hates when I say that I put things on the list. Dex hates my list, my massive list of things, so... Hello, good morning! How's it going? You guys better not pull the alarm. Why would you run towards me? And he pulled the alarm. Dude, I'm gonna make you pay for that. You pulled the alarm, you told on me, so now I'm gonna punch you in your face. Alright, we're even. We're square. All is forgiven. See, this is what I mean by playing Metal Gear the right way. We're just zooming through, forget stealth, we're just punching everyone. We're using this camo that lets me double my health regeneration, so I don't even have to worry about it.
What's going on?
Alright, we're gonna sneak out of this building. Okay, we're not gonna sneak out of this building. I'm just gonna call you Haku, because what an amazingly long name. Alright, we're running. We're running, and we need to eat some crab.
Hey, this works.
We gotta keep our stamina up since we're gonna be taking bullets like there's no tomorrow. Alright, now they're gonna sick the dog on me, and that's a problem. Alright, dog is stunned. That's one problem solved. That's two problems solved. And three problems solved. Also, last night I started watching, so two movies I watched, movies to talk about. I watched, Heretic, which was a horror movie with Mormons in it, which was, I thought, an interesting concept. So you don't usually see a whole lot of Mormons in horror movies. But so the horror movie Heretic is a guy who invites two Mormon missionaries into his house and attempts to convince them that their religion is wrong, and basically tortures them, psychological torture, as he's trying to convince them that their worldview is wrong. And it was a super interesting way of looking at like some common agnostic or atheist arguments about why Christianity is flawed. And I thought that was actually a really unique way of like looking at it. The ending wasn't so great. They did the whole like, I don't know, you figure it out, you tell me, though. The ending's up to interpretation, so I'm not going to give you the answer. You have to figure it out for yourself. And I kind of find that lazy when it's like, hey, I don't know what the ending is. You do it. But I definitely recommend Heretic. It was a fun watch. So if you can watch it like on Netflix or whatever for free, check out Heretic. The second movie we started watching was a Studio Ghibli movie, which was Castle in the Sky. And like, I've seen most of the Ghibli movies. I haven't seen Castle in the Sky. But honestly, I think it was the first Studio Ghibli movie that I've seen where I was just kind of like, you know, I'm not vibing with this. It's kind of boring. And I hate to say that because most Studio Ghibli movies aren't boring. They're fun, they're whimsical, it's a good adventure, but Castle in the Sky just kind of felt boring. And I hate to say that, but it truly was just kind of boring. Alright, let's fight the fear. I feel the same way about Howl's Moving Castle. I enjoyed Castle in the Sky, though. Yeah, I understand that, you know, not every movie is going to be for every person. Definitely get that. Need to see the new one still. Which one's his newest one? Also, if you didn't know for this guy, so you can fight the fear by basically getting a bunch of rotten food and throwing the rotten food on the ground, and that can poison him. So it's really fun, though. The funnest way I think to fight the fear is to just throw poison food, make him eat the poison food, and take him out that way. I think that's probably one of the best ways to take this guy on. Why am I using all these wrong things? We're bleeding and disinfecting it. The Boy and the Heron is good. The Boy and the Heron, we just finished watching that one not long ago. That one is definitely a good one. Definitely watch that one. You can also lead him through his own traps and take him out with his own traps if you want to. So there's, like all the other bosses, there are a lot of different ways to take on the fear, and I really appreciate them giving us tons of options for fighting this boss. And if you're like me and you grabbed the thermal goggles earlier, then it makes it even easier because you can just grab the backpack. If we equip the thermal goggles, we should be able to pretty easily see him and solve the problem. Where is he? I see birds. There he is. Probably the easiest boss in the game, no lie. Especially when he gets stuck like this, he'll jump back and forth multiple times. It definitely makes him too easy, but he is a lot of fun to fight. There we go. Nice and easy. What did you watch on? We picked up a month of HBO Max because we wanted to watch Primal, which I was very excited. Primal is very good. Primal and Samurai Jack. So we've been watching those. I am really disappointed, though, in... So the creator of Primal and Samurai Jack, I think, is an absolute genius at creating TV shows. And he wrote Primal, he wrote Samurai Jack, both brilliant, well thought out, well animated, good stories, and he released his next show, which is called Fixed, which is about a bunch of animals, and it's a raunchy, dirty, animated thing. And I don't know, how do you go from creating something as brilliant as Primal and Samurai Jack, how do you go from creating those to creating a raunchy Family Guy style show, you know? Like, I feel like it's a waste of his talents that he's gone from creating Samurai Jack to creating raunchy, nasty Family Guy, you know? Like, I just feel like he could do so much better. Why is he wasting his talent on that? While you have Max watch 90 Day Fiancé, 90 Day the Other Way. My Emmy enjoyed 90 Day Fiancé, so I've seen some 90 Day Fiancé, and it definitely is an experience. Dude, let me stand up. I can't move. Door is stuck. Alright. Problem solved. Let's eat. This controller, by the way, is much better. It is amazing the difference a controller makes when you are stuck with really bad stick drift. So I'm very glad that the stick drift is gone and we can actually enjoy the game the way that it was intended to be enjoyed. Get the desert camo, we got the suppressor, we got this. Now we gotta go fight the end, but I already shot the end while he was in a wheelchair, so we don't actually have to do the end fight because I cheated. So we're gonna have to do the cheaters, the end fight, and take care of that. I did get a new controller, Dex. I got it was at you can kind of see it. It was at GameStop for Labor Day sale. They had a Fortnite controller on clearance. So this is a clearance Fortnite controller. It did come with a code, so if anyone does play Fortnite, I do have a special code for something in the game. I don't know what, but I do have a code for something. My mic has doubled. Okay, I can actually fix that now, I think. Okay, what about that? Is that better? All right. Well, this is exactly why I left OBS. You can't go one stream in OBS without something constantly breaking. It's so frustrating. This is why I switched away from it and got rid of OBS. Metal Gear Solid Delta is out. Yes, it is out and enjoyable. See, this is where we came from, right? It is. Okay, we went backwards. It is definitely worth a playthrough. If nothing else, it is definitely the definitive way to play Metal Gear. Like, it is without a doubt the best way to experience Metal Gear. But also, like, the updated controls are just so much better. So, like, it's one of those things. Like, if you don't play retro games, you don't know. But if you play retro games a lot, you will immediately recognize how bad controls used to be. Like, trying to play first-person shooters that were made like in the 2000s is so hard because the camera is so terrible, stiff, the controllers are so bad. So this is like the definitive way to experience Metal Gear. It looks good, it feels good, it sounds good, it's a faithful remake. All the stuff that you want to be there is still there, and it's just a fun, good game. So if you haven't, the only way I wouldn't recommend playing this game is because it is such a faithful remake. If you literally just played Metal Gear Solid 3 like yesterday, like if you just beat the game and just finished playing it, I imagine that the game would be a little boring since you like literally just played it and beat it. So, barring if you just played it, it is definitely a great experience and you should play it. Which, how many people realistically just played Metal Gear Solid 3? Join in for the vibes and waking up. That is great to hear.
Hey, this works.
All right. eat some crabs. But I'm most honestly, the hype for Metal Gear Solid Delta, very hyped for it, very much enjoyed it. I've enjoyed playing it. The hype is now all on September 4th, where we get to play the new update for that other game that I always play, Helldivers. That's what it's called. I am now living for Helldivers 2 update coming this weekend. So all the hype for Metal Gear is gone. Now all the hype is on the huge update for Helldivers. I'm debating taking a day off to play Helldivers just all day long, stream playing it all day long, enjoying the Dust Devils stuff. I am going to make a Helldivers video this morning. Once we're done streaming, we are going to be doing the Unjust update. What I plan on doing, since there's going to be some huge updates into the way the game plays, especially like with the Underground update, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be putting out a tier list. It is going to be a guess. I am going to make a tier list guessing what stratagems are going to be the best and worst in the new update, and then we will compare it to the actual game once it comes out. So new Helldivers video will be coming out sometime today or tomorrow, and then we'll have some extra Helldivers coming on Thursday. I only work 3 days this week. I can take a day if it was a regular week. Yeah, and so I work 4/10s. So if I take Thursday off for the game, then I really only work 2 days next week, and that's not enough time. It's not enough time to actually get anything done, So it's like that whole question of, well, if I'm only going to work 2 days this week, will I really get anything done? And then that quickly turns into, well, maybe I should just take the whole week off. I mean, if I'm only going to work 1 or 2 days, and everyone knows on Friday you get less work done, so at what point does it just become, I should just take the whole week off? But the game doesn't come out till the end of the week, so I don't know. Just see, that's exactly how they get you. You say, I'm going to take 1 day off for this, and well, maybe 2 days. Well, maybe I should just take the whole week, and then all of a sudden all your PTO is gone because you're taking all that time off. Where am I going? I have no idea. I haven't even looked at a map or anything. What am I doing? Okay, now we're in the right area. We are in the ends area. Stream Stardew and Nuzlocke the other days. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, if you cheat the end and you shoot him before, if you shoot the end before the actual fight with him, it will reset the game, or it will reset the fight, and you don't actually have to fight him. Instead, he'll send in the Ocelot unit that you have to fight because you killed him early. So that is what we have to do here, is we have to take out the Ocelot unit because we cheated the end and beat him in a unsportsmanlike way. Yes, they kept all of it in, so you can still kill the end due to old age. You can still kill him early. You can still use the Konami code on him. They kept every single Easter egg is still in the game. So I don't believe they've removed a single piece of any of that. So any of your favorite Easter eggs, in fact, I got to do something new. I don't know if this was in the original one or not, but when you're climbing the mountainside and there's that helicopter, so I actually found the helicopter early for the first time and blew up the helicopter. So now I'm really curious to see if I'm going to have to fight that helicopter or not, because I already blew up the helicopter. So that will be very interesting to see whether or not that will still be in the game. Was that in the original? Did any of you blow up the helicopter early or not? But they kept a good recreation. Should have expected that from Kojami. So Konami, yes, but Hideo Kojima, the original creator of the game, I don't think he was involved in this at all. He was kicked off the Metal Gear Solid team a long time ago, which is why he made Death Stranding, right? Was because he was kicked off the team. And I believe he tweeted that he will not be playing the remake, but he encourages everyone to enjoy it if they want to. But I believe Hideo Kojima had nothing to do with this remake and wasn't invited to be a part of it or anything. Like he was not a part of it at all, I don't think. Which is a bummer. Like, I couldn't imagine being an artist who's still alive and watching someone recreate your work without your input. Like, how do you even do that? How do you recreate someone's artwork without them being involved in the process, right? Yeah, Hideo Kojima was kicked off the Metal Gear team after Metal Gear Solid 5. Like, they fully removed him from Metal Gear. So he's no longer associated with Metal Gear at all, which is, again, why we have Death Stranding. But also, how we got Metal Gear Solid Survive, which was just like a bunch of reused assets that did very poorly. People really, really hated Metal Gear Survive. Now that it's on sale, I might try Metal Gear Survive. Like, it's been long enough now that I feel like you can get it for a good enough sale that maybe I should try Metal Gear Survive, because I heard nothing but bad things about it. But now that like it's on sale, it might be more tolerable. Who keeps seeing me? Is there like a guy up there? Probably a guy up there, right? Somewhere up there. Okay, it says someone sees me. Oh, there he is. Okay. Did I get him? Apparently I didn't get him. Okay, sorry, dude. You're too hard to hit, so you're gonna get a worse punishment. Oh, he got a really bad punishment. Oops. Okay, well, so much for non-lethal. Sorry, dude. Sorry, you got the short end of the stick on that one. There, now you've got a friend who got shot too, so not as cruel, he's got a friend. I don't know, do I need to take everyone out before I move on? Like, I can't remember if you have to take out every single enemy in order to like clear the boss, or do you just need to sneak by them? I think you have to take everyone out, right? That's your punishment for being a dirty cheater, is you have to go take them all actually out. Wait, he survived that? No, okay. I'm pretty sure, yeah, okay. They're all dead. On to the next area. 8 down, 16 more to go. There's also a new store. Abyss Walker's here. Hello, Abyss. We just got a claw machine arcade that's like a whole store full of different claw machines filled with various prizes that you can win. And I kind of want to go play it, but like, one, I have no need for like... I don't have any need for anything you'd win out of a claw machine, so it's just clutter. But two, it's like $40 for like 15 plays? Like a ridiculous amount of money to win some garbage out of a machine, So I'm not sure that I actually want to... Not sure I actually want to play the game for that much cost, but it looks interesting.
I want some more.
My local international section just got a whole gacha section. No My Hero Academia. That's a bummer. Oh, they see me. Okay, that's 2 problems solved. 3 problems solved. Everyone come running. You hear the bullets flying. Come do something about it. Alright, that's half of them taken out. Where's the other ones now? Is this the Snake Eater remake? Yes, this is the Snake Eater remake. This is Metal Gear Solid Delta. This is the fight with the end? Or I guess, this is supposed to be the fight with the end, but if you kill the end early, then you have to do this fight with the Ocelot unit in the area. So this is the end fight for cheaters. Okay, dude, you know what? I was trying to be nice and knock you out, but you're being a pain, so now you have to die in a horrible way. So I came home a good 30 minutes late, absolutely drenched in rain. The city I live in has a horrible monsoon. That sounds awful. Be safe. But also, like, I've always had, like, this little inkling, like, how cool would it be to be a storm chaser? Right? Like, I love photography, so how cool would it be to, like, to follow tornadoes and monsoons and hurricanes and stuff and, like, photograph the beautiful destruction? Like, I hate putting it that way because I know there's people who are suffering, people who lose everything, people who get hurt. Like, I'm not trying to make it this absolutely beautiful, wonderful thing, but I do like the idea of being a storm chaser, but I could never actually do it. So here's the infamous ladder scene for all of you who don't know. This ladder scene, it's about 3 minutes of climbing a ladder while they play the Snake Eater theme. So we get a little bit of music and the infamous Hideo Kojima ladder. Snake Eater. I've played my fair share of walking simulators, and I gotta say, this is my favorite walking simulator. In my time, there'll be no Umbrella doesn't work, rain blows sideways. Yes, poncho is the solution to that. Although there is, even like the most waterproof stuff can only handle so much water, right? Like eventually your poncho will give in to the relentless storm. Also coming this week, I finally broke down, there is a hobby that I am into that I don't talk a whole lot about. And that is RC cars. I like RC cars. And I ordered a miniature RC car that is specifically built for rock crawling. So we're going to go out to the beach or an area with some rocks and go rock crawling with a little miniature Jeep, basically. So I will have some pictures and video of that soon. So, not my usual content, but if you didn't know, I do enjoy RC cars. So we're going to go RC carring for a bit. Alright, there is no helicopter. So we did blow up the helicopter nice and early. So that is a cool, again, it's a very cool little detail that they added into the game, is that if you blow up the helicopter early, then you don't have to worry about the helicopter later. Very cool. Did that just bounce off of him? Did y'all see that dart? Like, that bullet arc was insane.
Who's that?
Well, that didn't work.
Patrol here. Enemy sighted. Requesting backup.
Whoa! Dude, inappropriate reaction. Firing a rocket, I'm pretty sure that's a war crime. Like, right? That's got to be some form of war crime that dude just tried to bazooka me. Well, if we're doing war crimes, I guess all bets are off now, huh? Y'all did this to yourselves. Like, I was playing nice. I was just knocking people unconscious. But y'all wanted to make it personal, so unacceptable conduct by the enemy. Alright, if I remember right, there's some scorpions in here. And if they sting you, you get poisoned. I'm pretty sure, though, you can, I'm pretty sure you can knock the scorpions unconscious and then throw them on people and take them out that way, which is pretty funny. I'm pretty sure it only counts as a war crime if you aren't giving them abdominal surgery with... In my defense, the 12 gauge came afterwards. The 12 gauge came after they fired the missile at me. Also, I'm pretty sure, actually, I'm guessing the Geneva Convention does not apply in this scenario since the U.S. government officially denies their involvement in this whole thing. So I'm pretty sure that they
Can't complain.
that doesn't apply. So all bets are off.
Come in, HQ.
This is HQ.
Control here. We've lost the enemy. Enter high alert.
Acknowledged. Still nearby. Pursue and engage him.
Oh, how is there two people there? I didn't realize there were two. I popped up and saw one guy. Did that other guy spawn out of nowhere? Like, y'all saw that, right? There was one guy there when I popped up, and then a second guy popped out of nowhere. Like, y'all saw that, right? Go to sleep. Go to sleep. You're getting very tired. There you go. Good job. And where's your friend? Ah, that was it. That was really weird. I feel like a guy just popped out of nowhere. This is so much easier without having to deal with the helicopter. That is definitely the move, is to blow up the helicopter every time. For sure. Alright, let's grab a scorpion. Yes, okay, so we have a scorpion. So now... Now we can take the scorpion. We're gonna have so much fun with this. Hey, not this guy, because he sees me. Maybe. Come a little bit closer.
I hear something.
What are you gonna do with that scorpion, buddy? Get him! Sick him! Sick him, scorpion!
Nothing here.
The scorpion did nothing.
Who's that?
What the heck, scorpion? Like, I trusted you, and you did nothing. So now I'm going to step on you and turn you into food because you didn't fulfill your mission of stinging that guy. Maybe it's because I didn't hit him, like I landed in front of him. Maybe I need to actually hit him with it. Is that why the scorpion didn't work? Did you see the new Helldivers update where we Desert Storm? Yes, the Into the Unjust on the 4th. I am very, very hyped. I think this update is going to be as big and good as the original update that they did, the Escalation of Freedom, which was an absolutely stellar update. I think this one is going to be just as good as that one. I do plan on making a video later today. We are going to make a tier list of what I think will be the best and worst stratagems while we are in the underground. So we are making some videos about it, and we were just talking about maybe taking a whole day off to go and enjoy the game. So I am very, very, very hyped for the Into the Unknown. Oh, he sees me. Like, if we're going to be underground, we know that certain items won't work. So, like, every barrage is going to be, like, D tier, right? F tier, because those barrages aren't going to function underground. So, barrages, F tier. Eagle, F tier. So, that'll change, like, the entire way that the game functions, right? Because items like the supply pack, all of a sudden, the supply pack is going to be an absolute must-have A-tier, game-changing, amazing stratagem for someone to carry because you can't get your resupplies as easily. All of a sudden, things like the railgun, single-use explosives, all those aren't going to be as good because you're underground, you're in tight quarters. So I'm going to make a prediction list to come out today or tomorrow. And then once the update actually comes out, we'll see how close my predictions actually were to determining what will be good or what won't be good. So we'll see how good is Waffles really at this game that he plays every day by seeing my predictions on how the underground gameplay will work. Scorpion is unironically good food. Here's the thing. I would never eat a scorpion. We've talked about this before. But if you like scorpion, for example... Wait, the helicopter's back. I blew that up. If you eat shrimp or lobster, there is no reason that you shouldn't eat scorpion or tarantula. They're essentially the same thing, right? So, like... I don't want to see any food hypocrites out here. If you eat lobster, crab, or anything of that nature, you should have no problem eating things such as tarantula. My cousin wants to bring the airburst. I am very confident the airburst rifle will be F tier in the caves as well. Unless... one of the things we don't know is the game does have, like, some form of, like, we know that if you shoot the ground, it makes a hole, right? The 500 kg makes holes and all of that. So if you take the airburst rifle in, will the airburst, will it blow holes, and, like, can you make your own tunnels? Like, is it essentially going to be like playing Deep Rock Galactic and digging through the holes? Because if you can tunnel through the different areas, then maybe it's possible that those weapons will be good and you can, like, dig holes and alternate routes, in which case some explosives might be worth it. So we're going to see a montage of an FRV being chased by a dragon roach while Yakety Sax plays. I'm very excited for the dragon roaches. I'm also excited to see what the harpoon launcher looks like. Because, like, the harpoon launcher blows up and does gas damage. No problem with that. But I want the harpoon launcher... In my opinion, the harpoon should do a massive amount of damage. Like, it should be big single target damage and then gas. And I really, really want that because I want to hunt the dragons with the harpoon launcher, right? Like, why would you not fight the dragon with a harpoon? You're basically going dragon hunting with a harpoon launcher. What could be cooler than that? So I really hope the harpoon launcher lives up to expectations in that way, because I really, really want to go dragon hunting with the harpoon launcher. So we will see. We will see. I'm doing Old Reliable, Eruptor, HMG, Supply Pack, Gas Grenades, Ballistic. So here's the thing, is I think that the, honestly, I do believe that the Eruptor and Crossbow are going to be dethroned. With limited ammo and limited space, I almost feel like the Eruptor and Crossbow aren't going to be really that great underground, which is definitely what we need. We have had way too long of a meta of, we've had way too long of a meta of people just using Eruptor and Crossbow, right? So having a different weapon be king will be awesome. I think the Double Edge, the Scorcher are both going to be the kings of the underground. The Scorcher because you get a little bit of light with it and fire, and the Double Edge because you have unlimited ammo in a situation where you can't call in a bunch of ammo. I definitely think people are going to find a lot of value in that one. The Eruptor and Crossbow are AoE weapons with heavy shrapnel. I think they slap enclosed. It depends. It depends on how enclosed we're talking. Because if they're too close and too enclosed, you're just going to be blowing up your allies. If there's enough, room to breathe and move around, they'll probably still absolutely rock. It kind of depends on how close quarters the underground really is, which I'm excited to see. I'm really excited for the underground. I think that's a great, huge addition. Also, I forgot about that scene. We're gonna go ahead and skip that. I got the new limited edition Mountain Dew gummy worm flavor.
Oh, right. But how am I supposed to escape?
And this
out of there?
This is it. This is the best flavor of Mountain Dew they have ever made. And it tastes like you're drinking gummy worms. It is an absolutely mind-boggling experience to feel like you're drinking a gummy worm. But that's it. It tastes just like drinking gummy worms. It is super good, and you must try it if you can. They do make it in a 0 sugar experience, so you don't have to worry about the sugar. But if you can find it in your local area, try the gummy worm flavored Mountain Dew. You will not regret it. I'm considering the Sickle, Quasar, Laser Dog, Pyrotechnic Nades, and maybe a Medic or Peak Physique armor. I'm gonna go my first delve in. I'm gonna go flamethrower resistant armor, the Double Edge, and then I'm gonna grab a resupply pack. I'm kind of debating how good turrets will be, honestly. Again, it depends on how close quarters we're talking. Like the mortars are going to be awful. No doubt that the mortars are going to be a terrible, terrible weapon. Yeah, the stim pistol is going to kick butt, no doubt. The stim pistol is going to be the MVP for a lot of people, I feel like. How many shotgun shells can that guy take? Holy cow. Four is the answer. 4 shotgun shells that guy's body could take. And not a lick more. The new Coyote AR. Yes, I love the Coyote AR. Incendiary rounds are one of my favorite things, so yes, the Coyote is going to be so fun to use. It's an AK. We know it's going to be reliable. I'm high everything. The missile silo, the harpoon gun, the pineapple grenade, like everything. This warbond, if my theory is correct, this warbond will be the best warbond since the democratic detonation explosive one. Like, this is going to be the new S tier experience, no doubt. Are we fighting the Fury already? I feel like we're zooming through this game. Maybe it's because I'm skipping cutscenes. And I know that like half of every Metal Gear game is a cutscene, but I feel like we're zooming through the bosses. Like, I did not remember already being at the Fury. Which this boss was probably the most annoying boss to fight in the original, just because you're fighting the controls the entire time. So I'm really excited to see how much easier or better this fight is without fighting the controls like you have to in the original. They say they're going to say something about the design being unchanged for centuries because it's that democratic. Ooh. I don't know where he went. Sticking little guys to big guys. Speaking of sticking little guys to big guys, I signed up for, there is a game coming out that's going into alpha mode that looks really interesting. And the idea is that you play as a giant who leads a small army of little guys. And it's supposed to be like a League of Legends MOBA. And I thought that was like a really interesting kind of idea. So I'm really excited to see like if the game is actually good or if they pull it off like... Oh, hello. Really interested to see what they do with that. So I'm hoping I get into the beta because I'd like to see what the game looks like. Playing as a giant in a MOBA with like some RTS elements definitely seems interesting. Oh, I missed that. That was my bad. I missed one shot. Stop, drop, and roll, Snake. Stop, drop, and roll. Where'd he go? He gave us some roasted rat. So that's cool. We got some barbecue. This guy barbecued some rodents for us. Speaking of rodents, I was talking to Dex about this. If y'all didn't know, I absolutely love chinchillas, and someday I hope to be a proud chinchilla owner. So expect maybe once all of my cats are away, and I live pet free for a while. Perhaps I will own a chinchilla, and we will become a chinchilla channel. So are we worried about being too dark? So a long time ago, when the game first came out, someone data mined that there was supposed to be a flare stratagem, like a flare gun, and the ability to fire flares because it was supposed to be too dark. So I'm really wondering if this is their chance to reintroduce that, to reintroduce like dark mechanics, so we can get the flare stratagem. So I honestly, I do hope that it is too dark, and I hope they give us the flare stratagem as a way to deal with, as SpongeBob would put it, the advanced darkness. I really do hope that we get that, because I thought the flares was a really cool stratagem. In fact, if you have the Stratagem Hero game, if you play that, occasionally it will accidentally give you the code to put in for flares. So I'm really hoping that it is too dark, and I want a harder game. And we talked about difficulty before, and it's really hard for them to make another difficulty, right? Because they don't want to segregate the player base too much. They don't want to create a bunch of modes that people aren't going to play. Like, it's definitely a tough thing for them to figure out the balancing. So I really hope this is their way of giving us a harder mode by adding in other elements like having to call in stratagems like flares, having to deal with darkness, having to deal with tight corners. All those sorts of things mean that we get a little bit more difficulty without them just creating like a difficulty 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, all that, right? So I do hope they use this as an opportunity to give us a little bit more difficulty. Alright, we got a fire uniform. We are starving again.
That's damn good.
Alright, that's another boss down. Another ladder. Is this going to be a 3-minute ladder climb? The answer is no, but Mountain Dew gummy worms. Why am I already tired? Because it's Monday. Here's the thing, though, Dex. It's Labor Day. You're not supposed to be working today, so, like, you should have had the day off. What's up with that? Why don't you have today off? Cookout is going to be great, especially the stun effect. Yeah, I think the cookout is definitely going to be an A tier weapon. I still think the sickle and the double edge are going to be like the S tier because of the unlimited ammo, but I think the cookout is definitely going to have some new life. Also, the spray and pray I think will do pretty good. You are off. Alright, I'm going to let this video play. I've got to go to the bathroom, so I will be right back. All right, I'm back. Had a thought. Oh, so yesterday when we went grocery shopping, we have this place called H Mart, and it's a little like Korean market, like a super grocery store. Super good. Where'd my sound go? Oh, there we go. There's sound. Okay. So we have H Mart, and in our H Mart, we have a ramen restaurant called the Lucky Cat Ramen. And the Lucky Cat Ramen is voted like the best ramen joint in all of Oregon. And it also has a listing that shows it is one of the top 100 restaurants on Yelp, which, you know, I don't care about Yelp, but still pretty impressive to have that good of a rating on Yelp. So it has some of the best ramen in the world. So we stop there and eat there every time we go there. And yesterday's ramen was just absolutely perfect. It is so, so good. And I'm so glad that we are lucky enough to have delicious ramen so close and so it's $12 for a bowl of ramen. And I understand that ramen's like not super expensive to make, but also like $12 to eat out at something that might be considered like a world-class restaurant is absolutely amazing. It's so good. We got like it comes with like little. I learned I like the little pin needle. I think they're called enoki mushrooms. Really love those. It's got shiitake mushrooms, bamboo shoots. It's got so much good stuff in it. Such good ramen. We also found the viral hot pot kit that was at H Mart that was going around that we really wanted to get but was always sold out. So we got a hot pot kit from H Mart. We have something similar. I almost want to try and convince them to open one up down in my area just so we don't have to drive to Portland every time we want to go to H Mart. It'd be so cool to have one in our local area, but I don't think we're going to get one here. But it is so. I learned like they have little mini bok choys. I learned I love little miniature bok choys. Delicious. You tried hot pot and you didn't like it. What the heck is H Mart? H Mart is a Korean grocery market. What didn't you like about hot pot? Like, hot pot is so good. Like, I went out to an all-you-can-eat hot pot restaurant, and I didn't enjoy that experience, specifically because I ordered the hottest hot pot they could make, like, spice-wise, and it was covered in chili oil. And that chili oil, after you eat too much of it, like, it starts to coat your tongue, and, like, your tongue is just, like, numb and on fire, and that was a terrible experience, but, that was my own fault. You know, that wasn't the fault of the hot pot. That was the fault of me for the chili oil. That is a lot of dudes there. Let's imagine being shamed by your food preferences by this guy. I am blind. Chaotically Fun Guy, welcome, hello. How is it going? Excuse me, are you new here? I don't recognize your name. Or did you change your name? Were you someone else who changed your name recently? Also, exciting news, everyone here. I finally finished creating my Five Nights at Freddy's D&D campaign. I've like put together all the characters. So now we get to have the fun of playtesting my Five Nights at Freddy animatronics for a Dungeons & Dragons 5e experience. So starting this week, I'm going to grab some people together and we are going to try the animatronics and see how well they actually function in combat. We've got Showcase Skunk, the Ball Pit Beast. We have the Arcade Alpaca, the Kitchen Kangaroo, and the Medical Moose. So I think we're going to have a lot of fun with all those different characters. Are you all ready to get your butts kicked by Medical Moose? I don't think you are. Of course, making the characters like the easy part. Now that I've got the characters, now I actually have to like design the. I have to design the like the actual map and like the encounter battles and the actual like story. Like making the characters is hard, but not the hardest part. Now we've got to make everything else fit. So there's still much more work to be done, but we've got to test the characters now. Run, scientists, run! That's what you get for helping the Russians. Alright, I think I've knocked everyone out sufficiently. So let's go get our guy. Is everyone unconscious? Sorry guys, he's an influencer now. I am an influencer. Sponsored by Gamefly. Not really sponsored by Gamefly, but I am affiliated with Gamefly, so if you ever want to try renting games and not paying full price for them, hit me up. I can get you in to try what I actually honestly believe is a good service, especially if you don't like buying a bunch of games that that you pay $70 for, you play once, and then you get rid of because they're not good. So, in fact, I just got 2 games that came in the mail. I got Haven, a really terrible RPG that I did not enjoy, and I got the original Hell Let Loose. I was really excited for it because I saw Hell Let Loose Vietnam. Their trailer was out during the Gamescom. And so I was really excited to try the game, and I tried Hell Let Loose, and I immediately was like, oh, this game is not for me. So I'm very glad that I rented the game because I will not be playing Hell Let Loose Vietnam because that game is definitely not for me. You get to work with Rabies again today. All right. My cheek feels funny. I think I bit it while you were asleep. That is especially bad if you're like me and your wisdom teeth are coming in. Your wisdom teeth will bite the heck out of your cheeks, and that is awful. That is what I am struggling through right now while I'm waiting to get my wisdom teeth pulled out. My darn wisdom teeth keep scraping up my cheeks, and that sucks.
Delicious.
Delicious. Alright, we gotta make it past these guys. Sabotage the Shagohod. Working with rabies is not fun at all. If you couldn't guess, you can't just buy rabies. We have to extract it from samples. That sounds terrifying. That's like the... I am so thankful that there are people out there who milk snakes and spiders for us so that we can make anti-venoms for them. But could you imagine your job milking snakes and spiders? Like, the absolute... Like, what... I don't want to say this in a mean way, but what has to go wrong in your life that you want to willingly wrangle dangerous, venomous animals and extract their venom for a living? Like, I couldn't imagine wanting to do that. Like, every day living in fear. And I live in real fear of it because when I was like...
have you been talking to?
in the
I don't know what you're talking about.
the 6th, 7th grade, my parents watched a TV show on hoarders, and one of the people was a venomous snake hoarder, and one of the venomous snakes broke out and bit her, and it caused all of her blood to become so thin that it could leak through her skin. And, like, that just sounds absolutely horrifying. Absolutely horrifying.
I guess he's dead.
That's imitation rabies, nothing like the good stuff. Do you? You probably didn't get this where you were at, Abyss.
Now then,
Back in the 90s,
prove more.
there was a TV show and commercial they tried to make about rabies called Fluffy the Rabid Dog, and it was about Fluffy. It was about a bat, a skunk, a dog
You've certainly seen your share.
that all had rabies, and the whole show was just them frothing at the mouths and people running away from them. And it was this really, really messed up 90s TV show.
Let's get.
Do y'all remember Fluffy the Rabid Dog? Do y'all remember how awful that was?
Is it the Shagohod? Or Sokolov? Or maybe it's the Legacy? Answer me. Who is helping you?
Waffle's opinions are like rabies to Dex. Once the symptoms starts, the hate, there's no end.
You're a tough one, but even you must have your limits.
This is exciting gameplay, isn't it? You get to see the black screen while some guy yells at us and punches us. Okay. Okay. Now, in theory, if we save
Ready to save
the game.
Snake.
Now, we quit the game. Now we load the game. We should get the secret demo that was hidden in Metal Gear Solid 3. Let's see if it still works. It looks like it's working. My dad's mouthwash is making my eyes water. It worked. But wait, it's not... Wait, why is it... It's not showing up on stream. Is it blocked on stream? Interesting. There we go. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so it doesn't pop up on stream because it's a total... It shows up as a different game. It doesn't even show up as Metal Gear anymore. My streaming software says it's called Nightmare and not Metal Gear anymore. So this was an Easter egg in the original one. If you saved right after being tortured, you got the Nightmare sequence where you had to play this game that looks totally different and plays completely different to Metal Gear. But I always wanted them to turn this into an actual game, and we never got it. Imagine someone joining the stream right now, like, is this Metal Gear? Yes, this is Metal Gear. They could honestly do this with Raiden, right? You could make the Cyborg Ninja game, make this but with the Cyborg Ninja, like... How cool is this, though? Like, it looks so good, and I'm so glad that they recreated this in the game too. I'm setting up the PS3 today. Why is everyone in chat drinking Listerine? Please, no one do that. Here's a fun fact about Listerine. They can make Listerine that does not hurt your mouth. Like, they can make Listerine that doesn't burn. However, when they made the Listerine that doesn't burn, people felt like it wasn't working. So they put it back in because the burning lets you know that the Listerine is working. So they can make Listerine that doesn't smell bad, that doesn't feel bad, that doesn't hurt, but people just prefer the hurt because the pain is supposed to tell you that it's working. I want to play Revengeance, Dante's Inferno, and GTA 5. I mean, to be fair, you don't need a PS3 to play GTA 5, right? Like, you can play GTA 5 on practically anything nowadays, but Dante's Inferno is much harder to play, so yes. Play Dante's Inferno sometime this week. Def Jam Fight for New York should be coming in the mail for me, so we will be playing some Def Jam Fight for New York here soon. My dad makes his own honey. Would you like to try some? I actually don't eat honey. I appreciate the offer, but I am terrified of sugar, so I don't eat any sugar or honey or anything like that. Like, if I make oatmeal, I don't put honey on my oatmeal. I put hot sauce on my oatmeal. When I make burgers, I typically won't put buns on the burgers because I don't want all the carbs and the sugar that's in the bread. I just put, like, well, now it's tofu. It's basically just tofu with the tomato and lettuce on it. It's barely even a burger anymore. I'm not going to buy that game again. You should buy that game again. Def Jam Fight for New York is one of the top 5 games on the PlayStation 3, no doubt. PlayStation 2. PlayStation 2 or PlayStation 3? I think it was PS2. Thank you for the hearts and likes and all that, guys. I super appreciate that. That was so worth playing all the way through this again just to experience that. That was so good. Def Jam was PS2. PS2 then. Excuse me. Messed up my screen, though. Let me fix that. There we go. That sounds miserable. Hot sauce and oatmeal is actually pretty darn delicious. It doesn't sound like it would be, but it really is. Okay, time for another Easter egg. Watch this. So this guy throws us food. There's a lot of ways to get out of prison. You can pretend to be dead. You can do lots of different things. But how we're going to get out of this jail cell is we are going to spin. And if we spin and spin and spin, as we talked about originally, we will throw up. And when we throw up, the guy will come running in to see if we're okay. And then we're going to stab him in the eye with a fork. I used to play Def Jam so much when I was younger. Sticky Fingers was my favorite character. I'm trying to think of who I really liked from that game. I think my favorite was... I'm trying to remember his name. Sean Paul. Sean Paul was a lot of fun in that game. Though we talked about this before, and I know this is going to upset Dex. Henry Rollins is in the game as, like, the gym guy. And, like, I said that he didn't belong in there because he's not a rapper, and Dex says that I was wrong, but I'm pretty sure Henry Rollins does not belong in the Def Jam game. So there we go. Take it easy, Abyss. Thanks for hanging out with us. We threw up, and now he should come in here. Yeah. Come check on me. And then we're going to beat him with the fork. And as you can see, you can actually fully destroy a man with a fork. And now we're going to catch dinner. Oh, that's nice. They left the fully dirty toilet in the game too. They attention to detail. You said he was a rapper. He was not. Well, that's Def Jam. Everyone in the game is a rapper. That's like the whole point of the Def Jam Fight for New York is every character is a rapper. So shouldn't Henry Rollins be a rapper if he's going to be in the game? I'm not going to play Roblox until they get their stuff together. Are you talking about... I heard there was something about like they banned a guy who was going out of his way to catch predators who were using Roblox as a way to interact with kids. Mr. Rollins is a punk icon. I don't think punk is his genre. Punk is like Blink 182. I don't. Henry Rollins is like heavy metal. I don't think punk is the right genre to call Henry Rollins. Where is my stuff? Isn't my stuff supposed to be around here somewhere? He can be in whatever game he wants to be in. Am I supposed to have my stuff? I feel like did I miss something? Kids will make a game based on real life so they don't have to do it in real life. Oh, hello, people.
Radio, we need backup.
Fear my fork.
Come in, HQ.
This is HQ.
Patrol here.
The animation is so ridiculous when you're just punching them gently.
HQ.
This is HQ.
Patrol here. Enemy sighted. Commencing attack.
Where's my stuff at? I'm getting sick of all the Gooner games. It is definitely an epidemic, and a lot of places are really guilty of this. YouTube, honestly, is one of the worst offenders of this. But like the whole, like if you scroll through like Facebook ads, you'll get a bunch of ads for games, and it'll just be like a bunch of women pointing their butts at the camera. It won't tell you anything about the game, but that's supposed to be enough to download it, and that really is a frustrating experience. Name one of the songs or band he was in. Henry Rollins did the song "Keep on Rollin'," and I'm pretty sure his band was just called Henry Rollins. Okay, I guess my stuff's not in here. I guess we'll go over here. I'm pretty sure it was just his band name was Henry Rollins, wasn't it? Like it was just like Eminem is Eminem, or it's not the Eminem Experience or anything like that. It's just Eminem. I pre-ordered Chronos and I'm pumped for early access. What is Chronos? It's so dumb to take people out like that, but it works. Like, the Henry Rollins Experience. Never played Metal Gear Solid. Oh, I just read that one. I did try the, not No Man's Sky. There is right now a demo. You can play Star Citizen for free. I did try Star Citizen, and that has been a very tough game to figure out. I'm not sure if I'm into it or not. Should I ask my dad for Helldivers? Maybe. Helldivers is an incredibly fun experience, but it does require online access. So if you don't have internet access, then the game, isn't any good. And if you don't plan on playing with other people, it is a much harder game. So if you can play online and you don't mind playing with other people, definitely Helldivers is a wonderful experience. Outside of that, I don't know. What are you talking about? Henry Rollins, he does that song, Keep on Rollin'. Just keep rolling, rolling, rolling. That's his song. That's he's Henry Rollins. His song is called Rollin'. Like that is no, that he does it with Limp Bizkit. The Air Raid remix. I did not make that's literally his name. He made a song after his name. Chronos: The New Dawn is a sci-fi horror game with Dead Space, Callisto Protocol, Resident Evil. Interesting. Where are we going? What are we doing?
Control here. Requesting backup.
I feel like we're doing something wrong. I feel like I'm doing something absolutely wrong here. Do we need to go back in there? I'm so tired of this. You're the one who's actually wrong for once on this one, Dex. I actually know what I'm talking about on this very specific one. Only this one specific niche thing do I know what I'm talking about, but I do know what I'm talking about on this one. That's not right. Maybe over here? Maybe I should have listened to the people talking. Maybe I should have actually listened to the phone calls so I know what the heck I'm trying to do here, because this doesn't seem to be working. Trolling or not, it feels illegal to not know that song by Henry Rollins. See? I've got backup, Dex. I've got backup. Is he reading another chat because I'm confused? Not reading another chat. We're talking to Dex about Henry Rollins. The guy from Def Jam.
Who's that?
This is the worst place on Earth. I don't know worst place on Earth. That seems a little hyperbolic. Ow. Alright, we're just gonna run by you. I'm on a healing journey and all I do is gaslit, gaslit, gaslit. Okay, it's somewhere over here, right? There's a place I can go under one of these tanks, maybe? And that's how I, get out of here? Or maybe... maybe up here? I support you on your journey, Dex. All I do is support you. That is all we are about here, is support, love, kindness. We are trying to support and help you. We're dead. Okay, maybe we should figure out where we're actually going this time. I do believe we have to go up this way. I do believe that is accurate, but it's over there, I think. Up there? Yeah, maybe it's up this one. It's been so long since I've played this game, I actually can't remember what I'm doing here. I used to have this so memorized because all I did was speedrun this game over and over and over and over again, but I finally reached a point where I don't remember what the heck I'm doing. Maybe it's over here? Because like we have to get like in a tunnel, this tunnel, yeah, where we're like running away from the dogs in the sewer. That's what we're trying to do.
Snake.
I guess I should have listened to that to see if I was doing things right or not, but you know, we're doing okay so far. We haven't run into any snares, so I guess we'll just continue on our merry way, just making it up as we go. Why not? I'm completely out of food though, so we could use some food to up our stamina here. So we're gonna eat this frog.
This is horrible.
Could you imagine eating a frog? Just eating a frog in general, that's got to be a tough thing. But this frog was literally crawling around in the sewers. Like, I could not imagine eating a frog that has been living in the sewers. That sounds like a horrible experience. The dogs are coming. Frog legs taste great. I've heard that. I've heard people say that frog legs are actually pretty good, but I don't know. I guess it'd be like a chicken wing, right? Like it's basically pure muscle, right? Like frog legs are just a ton of muscle. No, I'm not on Twitch. I only stream on YouTube. I gave up the Twitch life. Can you not see, like, can you not see Dex or something? Can you not see the other people? Like, is that... Is that the issue? Like, you can't see other people chatting? You get, like, shadow banned or something? The dogs come and run. Alright, so someone said I can make the sorrow fight a lot easier. So let's try it. If I just dive into the water.
Life is miserable. That is why you were summoned here.
And drown myself. Right here. Then they said I should be able to use the revive pill. And skip the entirety of the sorrow fight. That is the most excellent pro tip I've ever seen. Holy cow, I hate the sorrow fight, so being able to skip the sorrow like that is absolutely amazing. What the heck is that? Goat? Thank goodness we can skip that. Okay, now. Sorry, goat, I am starving, so you will be my meal. Let us eat goat.
Hey, this works. Hey, this works.
Delicious. Okay. Fun fact, Snake is using a revolver here. I am a revolver stan. Even though I know in pretty much every way, shape, and form semi-automatic guns are better, basically at everything, I still think revolvers are the cooler weapon by far, just for sheer cool factor. Revolvers are by far the coolest handgun. I know that they're outdated. I know that they're finicky and that they can break just like regular guns. I understand all that. I stand by revolvers are the coolest weapon when it comes to handguns. Hands down. And I will fight anyone on that. I would never buy a gun, but if I did, it would be a revolver. Exactly. Speaking of guns, though, yesterday when I was in church, my priest at the end was talking about making some changes to make the church more safe in wake of the recent shooting. And it is the saddest thing to me that is even on people's mind, that now when you go to church, which is supposed to be this safe and wonderful place to have your relationship with God and move forward in your journey, that you have to worry about being shot in church. Like, it's so awful that that's where we are as a society, that your priest has to be like, hey, and don't forget, watch the doors for gunmen and make sure that we have our guards posted to ensure no one comes in here who shouldn't be in here. And it's just such a state of fear that we have to live in that is just absolutely awful, that that's even a thought that crosses people's minds, that we need to be worried about someone breaking into the church and opening fire while you're trying to worship and pray. Like, I can't stomach that. I can't abide by that is where we are as a society, that is normal or a message you should hear when you're at church. Like, it's so beyond awful to me that that's where we're at. And I want to change it. I want to do something, but I feel so powerless. Like, what realistically could I do to change that? And I just simply don't have the power or ability to change that. And it's so frustrating, right? And I was thinking about all this, and I know y'all are gonna be like, Waffles, you're reading way too much into this. But when I went out to this Japanese garden to take some photos. And while I was there, I saw a yellow jacket that had accidentally fallen into a lake. And it was far enough out that I couldn't realistically reach the yellow jacket. Like, I had no way to save the yellow jacket. So I was just sitting there watching it drown. And it hit me. And I know it's like, oh, you're being so deep and so corny, but like, watching it drown and feeling helpless is exactly what I feel like every time I turn on the news. I feel like that bee stuck in the water where it's just slowly drowning. People are watching, people are seeing it, but no one can do anything about it. And it just, I don't know, kind of hit me. In more fun news, Tennessee decided it's unconstitutional to disallow guns on playgrounds and in public parks. I'm torn on that. I mean, the Second Amendment is pretty clear. And since we live in a society that isn't going to disallow guns as a general thing, then all creating gun laws do like that at this point is stop people from protecting themselves, because criminals don't follow gun law, right? So like, okay, we disallow guns in public parks, but criminals are still going to bring the guns to the public park. So what's that really accomplish outside of making the average person less safe now, right? Like, that's the issue. We can pass laws, but it's not going to make your average person more safe. It's going to make the average person less safe and the average criminal more effective if there's going to be less guns. If we want to solve the problem, we need to systematically fix the problem from a mental health, from a social services, from a humanitarian effort. That is the only way we're going to have effective gun control in America, is by fixing those fundamental problems. Passing just laws that take things away from everyone else isn't going to get, you're not going to get anyone on board with that, right? Like, we're simply not there as a society. So all right, there's a lot of guards here. Let's see if we can shoot your foot, shoot your butt. Who else wants some?
Just my imagination.
Dart the dog. All right, you should be asleep. There we go. Okay, lure your friend over here. Uh-oh, do you see your friend passed out on the ground? You should come check it out. What's going on over here? You should check on your friend, buddy.
What's wrong?
All right, one more guy. Thank you for the hearts, everyone. Appreciate that. I think that was a headshot. He should go down pretty quickly from that.
Just my imagination.
Oh, shoot, there's a guy up there. He almost saw me. He did see me.
Come in, HQ.
This is HQ.
Patrol here. Enemy sighted. Requesting backup.
Acknowledged. Sending
You should watch The Ritual. I think I've seen The Ritual. I think I've seen that one. We were just talking about, we watched Heretic not long ago. Heretic was really good. I really enjoyed Heretic. There is another one I want to watch because it's so ridiculous. I think it's called Bring Her Back. Bring Her Back is a horror movie that just came out, and they were talking about it on the Catholic forums because apparently they hired priests to stand outside the showings and bless people to help make them feel safer after such a horrifying show. And when they were making the movie, they claimed that they hired some exorcists, some shaman, and some spiritual advisors to ensure that the rituals that they did had to be real to resurrect people. But also they wanted a shaman to come and smudge the set every day to ensure that there was no bad spirits and vibes, and an exorcist there to keep the staff safe from all the demons they were summoning with how evil their movie was, which is all absolutely ridiculous hype, right? Like they were doing that just so that they could put it into the journals to show off, like, oh, our movie's so haunted and evil that we had to hire a paranormal specialist to come in here. Like, it's so ridiculous, but it's working. It's working. People are into it, and they're buying it, and they're scared of it, and they truly think that the movie is this haunted, evil, worst horror movie ever made because it's full of evil stuff. So this is not where I want to be. So I thought that was absolutely ridiculous that they were going through all these lengths just to have a really scary horror movie. This is the one thing I don't like about Metal Gear. If you get caught, which you shouldn't, if you're good, you won't get caught. You have to wait forever for the caution to go away. I feel like the caution takes way too long to actually go away. You know, I wish that the caution was like 50% shorter or something like that. Away. You know, I wish that the caution... Oh, wow, my mic is really bad. Why is my mic so bad today? I guess while we're waiting for it to go away, let's see if we can figure out the microphone thing. Waiting for it to go away, let's see if we can figure out the microphone thing. Waiting for it to go away, let's see if we can figure out the microphone thing. Waiting for it to go away, let's see if we can figure out the microphone thing. Waiting for it to go away, let's see if we can figure out the microphone thing. Waiting for it to go away, let's see if we can figure out the microphone thing. Waiting for it to go away, let's see if we can figure out the microphone thing. Waiting for it to go away. That. Okay. So. All right, what about now? Can you hear me talking now? Are you able to hear me at all with that change? No, it doesn't sound like it. Okay, you can hear me now? Okay. Excellent. So you can hear me now. Can you hear the game? Like, does the game make any noise? No. Okay. You can hear me, you can't hear the game. I'm gonna really have to spend some time with OBS and figure this out, because it's annoying me so much that OBS you can never just have a good stream. Something always has to go wrong with OBS for some reason. I don't know why, but that is where we're at, that something always has to go wrong. That's why I keep swapping to different programs, because OBS won't stop breaking on me. I get so tired of it breaking that I want to try something else, but then that breaks and it's just a non-stop problem. All right, we're just solving our problem through violence right now. This is not the appropriate ways to solve your problems. Jonathan, welcome back. How's it going? I fixed my mic and I broke the sound, so it's going to sound a little different since you were here before. All right, we solved that problem. Now let's so it doesn't look like there's a keyhole in that door, so why did that key work if there was no keyhole? Alright, so now we need to destroy all of this. Cure our burns. Let's use some ointment and bandage. Bandage. Ointment. Okay. And let's put on our... double our natural stuff. This one we cannot set off alarms on, so we need to be very careful because the alarms here is very bad. Chilling at my grandparents playing cards while watching your live. What kind of cards are you playing? Like actual card games, or like are we talking Yu-Gi-Oh cards? Are we talking like spades? Are we talking Go Fish? Like what kind of cards are we talking here? All right, you're asleep. You're asleep. Got some rations. Who else is here? Actual card games. I'm a big fan of cards. I like card games. I like card games and board games. I love board games. Oh, hello there. Good night. Here's the thing. I despise Monopoly. I'm gonna trash on Monopoly for a second. I'm not saying Monopoly is not a good game. It's not a good game, but my problem is that the existence of Monopoly means that every kid at some point in their life is forced to play Monopoly, and they think that every board game out there is Monopoly. And it's not. And there's so many better board games out there now. And we're facing like a renaissance of board games as people are actually like making good, unique, fun board games. But all these kids and people won't try board games because, oh, well, I played board games when I was a kid and they were boring and I hated them. Like, I understand that, but you need to understand that that wasn't a board game. That was Monopoly. Now you have the ability to actually like play a real board game, so you should do it. So I despise Monopoly for telling kids that they do not like board games, because board games are so good. And I'm mad that's where we're at. Like there's a game I really want to play called Necro Molds. And it is a skirmish-based game like, I'm trying to remember its name, like Warhammer. But instead of like having little plastic miniatures, the miniatures are made out of Play-Doh. You put them in a little mold and you make your characters out of Play-Doh. And I think that is so cool. And we need more stuff. We need more stuff like that. We need more games that are like that. Hey, why is this not working? I thought this is where we need to put the stuff, right? I'm pretty sure this is where the C4 goes. So why is it not allowing me to stick the C4 here? We're playing a card game called Dame. One color of cards except spades are triumph cards. You have 6 cards on your hand. The goal is not to have any cards left in your hand. See, that games like that those are fun games. Why do we settle for Monopoly when you could play that? That's the question. No one should play, like, the Game of Life. I used to love the Game of Life as a kid. I'll say the same thing. Game of Life is not a good board game. Don't subject your kids to the Game of Life. Don't subject your kids to that. Buy them better board games so your kid will grow up to like board games, because there are so many good board games. Okay, so apparently it's not working because I'm currently in alert, so we need to get rid of the alert if we're going to do this. So that is why the C3 is not being planted. Did I just slip? I just slipped on that guy's blood. Like, I just got Flamecraft. I'm excited to play Flamecraft. But if you want to get into board games and you don't know where to start, there is a game called Potion Explosion that is like playing Bejeweled, but with like physical marbles, and it's such a cool design that I highly recommend that to everyone. Play Potion Explosion. Mancala. I don't know. I'm gonna say something that probably shows that I probably don't know what I'm talking about. Go figure. Mancala feels like it's 90% luck. So like I don't enjoy Mancala because as far as I can tell, there's not really a whole lot of skill involved in Mancala. It's basically a luck simulator. Maybe I'm wrong in that, but I definitely feel like there's a lot of luck in Mancala and not a lot of skill. Oh, I got spotted. I grew up with cards. I always played it with my grandparents as a kid. Other than my mom, they're the only family I have. But I'm going to say the exception is you love Monopoly. I won't think less of you for loving Monopoly, but I have beef with Monopoly, if you couldn't tell. Who spotted me? Which one of you jerks saw me? Because Mancala, you put the thing in the thing, then you move the thing, you put it in the thing, and it just goes around in a circle, and whoever is lucky wins. Like I don't feel like there's any skill to Mancala. Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong game, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty like it's a solved game. Like it's one of those games where if you know what you're doing, you will always win. And again, maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure there's not a whole lot of skill when it comes to Mancala. All right, let's try this again with gusto. All right, we'll put you guys to sleep. They can't see you, Waffles, if there's anyone left to see you. They can't. Who can't see me? Did my thing die? My camera? Oh, the guards. The guards can see me for some reason. Way too often. That guy got overdosed on horse tranquilizer because he had the audacity to spot me. I've lost 17 friends to Monopoly. They're dead to me. See, it's not worth losing friends over Monopoly. It's just not that good of a game to lose friends over. All right, in the dirt you go. Let's solve this guy. Hello. Goodbye. All right, let's try this again. I think I got everyone. Unequip the stun grenade. Oh, it wants to no smoke grenade. Give me the C3. Gotta play Monopoly. We do have I have Tabletop Simulator. We do have the ability to play board games through the stream. We can stream some Monopoly if y'all want to have a intense Monopoloff. What do you call it when you do a Monopoly marathon? If y'all want to experience Monopoly, we can play Monopoly on stream. It is an option. I don't think it's a good option, but it is an option. It exists. War? Do you mean Risk? That game? We call that war? I'd absolutely love that. Oh, there's a guard that I missed. Hello, guard. You were just about ready to spoil my fun and ruin everything, but now Now you're going to sleep. Wait, do you call Monopoly War or do you call Risk War? Which one is which? Because I can understand going to war over Monopoly. I've definitely heard that opinion before. Alright, so we got that tank, we got that tank. We got the tank over here. Where's the, you call Monopoly War? Where is the last one? We got that one. It's over there. Okay. Monopoly is a risk of war. All right. Problem solved. And with that, I think this is a good place to end the session for today. We've streamed a little bit longer, but my back is hurting, which means it is time for me to get up and go wash some dishes and make my video for Labor Day. So keep watching for today. As I said, we are going to be making a video for Helldivers, so you should have a new Helldivers video today. So for those of you who watch my videos and enjoy that, we will have that a little bit later. For now, let's end with our prayer as always. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Lord, thank you for this blessed day, and thank you for all that you do for us. We continue to pray for the victims of the mass shooting. We continue to pray for the victims of war, those who are starving, those who have lost loved ones, all the horrors of war. Lord, help them. We pray for all the people who are returning to school. Back to school is tomorrow for all the students. Lord, help them during these times where there are school shootings and other problems. Help to keep them safe and less anxious during this time. We pray for those who are discerning the priesthood. Lord, we need more priests, so help to guide them. We pray for all those with the vocation of marriage. Lord, help to guide them through their marriage. And finally, we pray for the souls in purgatory, the souls who have no one left to pray for them, the souls who have been forgotten. Lord, help them. All this we pray in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Okay, everyone, that does it for me. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. It was a wonderful Labor Day. Great way to start the day. As I said, we will have a video up later today, so look forward to that. Otherwise, I will see you all on Wednesday and possibly Thursday for a special Helldivers stream. Thank you, everyone, for joining me today. Have a blessed day, and we will see you again soon.